Comment vous vous sentez? How do you feel?
Fier de Kevin.
Proud. I'm proud of Kevin. It's always great to see him having fun and following his instincts. So yeah, I'm very proud of my friend Kevin.
The Kevin in question, Kevin Germanier, the young Swiss designer presenting his summer 2025 ready-to-wear collection. Germanier is the king of upcycling. He breathes new life into everything from rolls of wrapping ribbon to VHS tape, and was responsible for the costumes at the Paris 2024 Olympics closing ceremony.
It changed my life as a professional experience and also just a human one. It was just so real. And it's funny because there's a part of it walking behind me right now. I took things from the Olympic ceremony and put them in this collection. Yeah, I took parts of LVMH's piano performance. We had 2 or 3 bits of fabric that we were maybe going to put on the ground during the closing ceremony. And in the end, they weren't used, so we picked them up and made a dress out of them. He creates beauty. He comes up with new shapes. I think that's what gets me the most excited. He looks at our bodies in general, differently. He uses them differently. He takes us somewhere else. It's also about calling on the imagination. It's not just about beauty or style, it's poetry, narration. There you go. It's about creating something miraculous.
Another groundbreaking designer called upon by director Thomas Joly for the Olympic Games was Victor Weinsanto, whose work appeared at the opening ceremony. Weinsanto too has an eternal fascination with the world of drag.
Yes, I think that drag is in itself political. I think that still today a man dressing as a woman is one of the boldest forms of revenge against or betrayal of the patriarchy. But honestly, the point is just to make people laugh and to de-dramatize certain things. Yes, drag is fundamentally political. It's about questioning gender norms, the norms that exist in society, but always in a spirit of joy and always in dialogue with the public. We try to educate a bit, to share the reality of our existences, because there are many of them. That's why drag is political.
When
you see shows like Drag Race, it really helps people to understand that it's normal, that there's nothing, that it's not an illness. And I also think a lot about parents. We've heard a lot from parents who watch the show with their children. It's taught parents a lot about the community and also the fact that, yeah, for example, people can really make a career out of drag. Being gay isn't the same as being a drag queen. People often make that mistake. And I think that today, that's starting to become a bit clearer for people.
Third up in today's roll call of young dynamic designers, Vincent Pressiat. His looks are all about architectural shapes and strong shoulders, a form of protection for bodies that are all too often vulnerable.
Today, well, I won't talk you through all the wars there are in the world, the economic crisis, everything else that's going on, but life's very complicated for a lot of people, a lot of us. We're living through very challenging times and we're thinking about how to interact, how to live. So there you go. This mise en scène has to do a bit with all of that.
A ready-to-wear collection, it doesn't just come out of nowhere.
I'm only interested in existential questions, everything to do with gypsy and traveler cultures. I've always worked with people who work in the circus or that sort of milieu. And I've always loved how freely they speak, how freely they live, their ability to leave, to not work, just to feel and appreciate energy. And that's what I'm showing here.
How would you describe this look?
I'd say it's very well thought out because of the movement. In fact, as soon as you start walking, the skirt moves and the zips reflect the light. You have the shoulder pads that are one of Pressiat's signature looks. The material is wonderful. There's a rawness there. The edges are cut roughly. It's very beautiful. For me, it's almost as if it's already vintage, already classic. It's already part of a wardrobe that we need.
And last up, another advocate of upcycling, Swedish designer Ellen Hodakova Larsson. This year she won the prestigious LVMH prize, pocketing a cool €400,000. She works in Stockholm.
I think it's important to just value this way of working creatively and just being free in this way, because it gives so much joy to the process of being and searching for surprises all the time. But also, I mean, I'm so thankful to be able to do this, and that it's a good time in the world. It's like the industry is moving towards so much changes, and I mean, this is just one way of changing the mass-producing behavior and what we are consuming. So there will be many solutions, but this is like one option, I would say.
It seems that fashion's avant-garde is at its most creative when it looks to the outside world for inspiration.